Hello everyone, welcome once again to my channel Saurav Shares. Last Friday was a historic day in Indian market.
Bro, Sensex 60,000 points. Bro, I want to get into the stock market. Please help me. Please help me, bro. I want to get into it.
Sensex was at a record high of 60k points. This kind of hyped up news always makes a beginner wonder about how to enter the stock market. What can we do to get into the stock market and be a part of this record breaking historic feats? But as rightly said, everything has to be done step by step. तो आइए हमारे इस फाइनेंशियल लिटरेसी जर्नी में अगला कदम आगे बढ़ाते हैं और जानते हैं फंडामेंटल एनालिसिस के एक और सब टॉपिक के बारे में जो है रेशियो एनालिसिस।
Bro, I learned ratio or proportion in school level. What are you doing here?
It's the same thing Chintaram, but with a diverse and broader application. There are different kinds of ratio, but we'll be covering 4 important ones in this video. The very first of them is debt to equity ratio. The second one is P by E ratio. The third one being P by B ratio. And the fourth one is the ROCE. Let's cover this one by one. First in the list comes debt to equity ratio.
Debt क्या है भाई?
Debt is the fund that we get from others or something that is not ours, or we can term it as loan. Equity is something we own ourselves, or we can say the owned funds. Let's assume a company ABC has a debt of 10 crore rupees and its own value is of 5 crore rupees. And another company DEF has a debt to equity ratio as 1:1. So, अब हम आते हैं to evaluate these things from the perspective of a person who wants to buy a stock. Company with a low debt to equity ratio is a lesser risk to invest in, whereas the one with the high debt to equity ratio is a more leveraged one and more riskier as well, क्योंकि they deal majority of their fundings as liability. But does this mean having a greater debt to equity ratio is always bad? High debt to equity ratio could sometimes symbolize that the company is quite aggressive in its financing. The company could generate more earnings by taking loans, by taking debts from others than it would have by its own funding. Agar earnings increase more than the debt cost, then the shareholders would definitely expect to get some benefits, whereas the vice versa is true as well. Before proceeding, a small disclaimer: I do not suggest any specific sort of investments for anyone. It's completely on your needs and should be your own choice. अब आते हैं P by E रेशियो यानी प्राइस टू अर्निंग्स रेशियो पे. दिस रेशियो
Bro, price means the original price of the share, right? Or what is it?
Thanks Chintaram. I forgot to mention, price here is the current market price of the stock. So this ratio, as the name suggests, is the measure of current price of a stock to its earnings earned per share. This one is the most used ratios while analyzing any stock. Let's look at this one example. There is a company ABC who has about 1 lakh shares. The total earnings of ABC is, let's say, 550 crore rupees. So earnings per share comes out to be 5 crore by 1 lakh equals to 500 rupees. So its P by E ratio will come out to be CMP upon 500. Now what is CMP? CMP is the current market price. P by E ratio gives us a fair idea if any stock is overvalued or undervalued. Let's say ABC is a pharmaceutical company with a P by E ratio of 15.2. Let's just assume for the time being. Post an year, that is after an year, P by E ratio of the same company has changed and it's, let's say, 25. So this means investors are now willing to pay 25 rupees for every rupee of company's earnings, and it is definitely overvalued than the previous one. Let's look at several scenarios. High P by E ratio यानी overvalued. Investors are willing to pay higher for the share as they expect a brighter and more profitable return from the company in the future. On the drawback, it gets riskier to invest with these companies as stocks are often unpredictable. The price of these shares might be high as well. The next scenario comes where the P by ratio is low. This means the stock is undervalued. This means the current performance of the company is not as good as it was earlier or as compared to the earlier scenarios. Investing in these stocks might be a bad decision as well. But, here comes the kept secret of the bulls.
What is it? What is it, bro?
You never know when an undervalued stock with a very low market price per share might turn out to be a big multi-bagger. So if you ever wish to invest in this kind of stocks, make sure the fundamentals of the company is strong and looks promising. Sometimes we might see some stocks with a P/B ratio of N/A. This means that the company has no profit or has negative earnings. अगर आप खुद को बाजीगर या खतरों के खिलाड़ी समझते हैं, then you can think of investing in this kind of stocks, but I would definitely say that this is really a big risk. अब आते हैं P/B ratio यानी price to book ratio. This is a measure of a company's market value or capitalization to its book value per share. Book value क्या होता है? Book value is the net difference in total assets and total liabilities of a company. To simplify the meaning of book value, ध्यान से समझिएगा. We can say book value as a total value of the company's assets that shareholders will get if, mark this word, if a company is liquidated, यानी अगर उसके सारे assets, उसके सारे physical assets जैसे कि equipments, inventory, real estates are sold off. Enough of the definition. I know it might be a bit confusing as well. So let's try to understand what this P/B ratio actually does. It is an indicator, okay? So remember one thing, to evaluate a stock, just don't go for the debt to equity ratio alone or P/E ratio alone or P/B ratio alone. You need to have a gathered or a collective information about all the aspects and ratios, and only then you can come to a conclusion whether you should buy it or not. A low P/B ratio means stock price is low right now, but it also might indicate another thing, that the fundamentals of the company are not strong enough. A higher P/B ratio, on the other hand, means stock price is higher. This measure is commonly used for the banking sector stocks and not often used for the stocks that are in the IT sectors. The last topic in this video is about ROCE, यानी Return on Capital Employment. सरल भाषा में समझे तो it is a measure of company ने कितना profit या earnings earn किया from its capital या total investment. The earnings which we are talking here is the one before interest and taxes. It is usually denoted by EBIT यानी earnings before interest and tax. मान लीजिए कंपनी का EBIT is 1 crore rupees and its capital is 5 crore rupees. तो उसका ROCE would come out to be 1/5 into 100% यानी 20%. Obvious सी बात है, अगर ROCE ज़्यादा होगा मतलब profits are higher, company is performing better and is in a good health as well. So it is better option than the one with lesser ROCE. So this was all for today. I hope this video would be really helpful for you all. We'll see how to pick good stocks by analyzing them fundamentally in the next video. Till then, stay connected and please don't forget to like, share, subscribe and comment as well. Thank you.